Hey everybody! Welcome in everyone. Oh my goodness me. All right. Welcome in oh, you know what? I gotta get the thumbnail up because the thumbnail is a humdinger. Let me tell you that much. Let me get my thumbnail up again. Welcome in. I am burnt out and stressed out. And so, you know, I had to take a break from shipping today. So if there's anybody who has a package that is on the way, please forgive me for today. I know I don't need to ask for forgiveness because I worked Christmas Day, I worked Christmas Eve, I worked New Year's Eve, and I'm burnt out and I needed to make a video today to connect with you all and do what it is that feeds my soul. So that is what I am doing. And I'm taking care of me today by giving some self-love lessons. So let me check my whatchamacallit and get my thumbnail up and ready for you all to see this hot mess of a foolishness that we have been embroiled into with this damn nonsense. Oh God, my thumbnail is messing up. I gotta close my program and start again. So welcome in. It is sick summer, and this is why I'm doing the video. It is sick. It is. And stuff like this should never happen. And this is part of the reason. No, look, I ain't going to start the video now, but this is part of the reason we have so many trash men out there because of inappropriate boundaries. Hey, Miss Ashley got her apples ready. Some people already started sending apples. When you all send those apples, see if you can send them as Bitcoin. And let's see how that works. going forward. So let me know about that. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to get this thumbnail together because I made a cute thumbnail and I just tagged Jim Jones and his mother. Oh my freaking goodness. My thing is not acting right. I gotta, oh, my thing is not acting right. Let me get this further together because I am trying to, what's happening is the word first kiss is supposed to be on one line. I'm saving it on one line, but once it gets saved and I open it up, first kiss is on another line and the space is so small that I don't have the first kiss is not seen. Let me scroll out and refresh. All right, got it on the right line. All right, I just sent it to myself and I'm going to update now. Go ahead and like the video if you know what it is that we are doing here so that you don't forget once we get into the shenanigans of today's video, because this is a humdinger, I tell you that much. Now, I don't know if she should be in jail, but she definitely needs some parenting classes on appropriate and inappropriate touch. You know, because she said some things that are concerning, and we're going to play it. We're going to play it because she responds. All right. The thumbnail is up. Tell me what you think about. Oh, you know what? Let me put his name on the thumbnail. Let me put his name on the thumbnail. Give me 1 second. I'm going to update the thumbnail. I'm glad we be having 15 minutes, but let me give you all some music to listen to. I'll be back because I got to concentrate on this. Oh my, the apples are coming through. 6 minutes. Okay. The thumbnail is updated. Does anybody know his mother's name? What is his MamaJones? Triflina? Come on, don't do her like that. Her name cannot be Triflina. Why y'all playing? All right, Nancy Jones. See, y'all, some of you play too much. know this video is not going to be monetized because of the subject, because of the thumbnail, and because of about how we about to go in. So I'm already prepared for that. Lord of mercy. Lord have mercy. All right, we got 3 more minutes on the clock. I got the thumbnail updated. I got a bunch of links open and ready to show to you all. This whole thing right here is a hot damn mess. Let me see, text notification squad. All right, we got the text. All right. All right, all right. All right, so listen. Oh, this is my song. Let me get my earpiece in. Oh, wow. That 15 minutes went fast. Come on, let's get it, y'all. Boom, boom, into my room. Gotta get my earpiece up. Hold on. Here we go. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We about to get this party started. You know, it's been so long since I broadcasted that I'm forgetting how we do this. Okay. So we come in, dancing on the intro. Then from the dance, we announce. Then we sit down, the applause, the comments. Then we get into the topic. I give my credentials. All right, I think I'm getting it. It's been so long since we've done a show. Thank you all so much for coming out and coming out early. Text notification squad in the house, 1010. Go ahead and throw up your boxing gloves. We in this piece. Thank you all to everybody who came out to the holiday party. Thank you to everybody who's been rocking with me. Come on. Into my room. DNA evidence. TP moth. Girl, listen. Listen, you know, the crazy part about it is that he doesn't know that he was abused and his mother does not know that she abused him. This is the part that is stunning because he admitted it so freely and she's talking about it, but she's lying because she knows that something is off. So come on, listen, Barbara, bring it. If you want me to come take my hands off, I'll come bring it now. Bring it. Because nobody is immune. No one. And there's far too many of us who give black women a break, not realizing that it's some of these black women that add to how these black men turn out. So come, Barbara, bring it, no, bring it. All right, here we go. We getting ready, we in it, we here, come on, 18 seconds. Come on. 10-10 in the house. 10-10, 9-8, 7, 6, 5. Oh, we got to get live on the other platforms too. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome. Let's see what we doing today. Come on. Hey. Hey, hey, welcome into the Tanya TKO show, y'all. Welcome, 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 welcome. Let's get live on these other platforms. Come on, come on. We live on LinkedIn. All right. We're live on Twitter. Yeah, and we are live on Facebook, y'all. Hey, welcome. Hey, 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 hey. Today we are talking about a very disturbing story. It is no laughing matter. There is a famous rapper by the name of Jim Jones who was abused by his mother. Sorry, my eye is already watering. But he doesn't know that he was abused, and his mother doesn't know that she abused him. So the topic that we're talking about today is a very serious one. This is no laughing matter. Come on, let's get it. I gotta get my headpiece back in. I knocked it out while I was dancing. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am your host, Tanya TKO, and I am a self-love specialist from TanyaTKO.com. I help you learn how to love yourselves and one another. On this channel, we use viral video topics as teachable moments for what self-love or self-abuse looks like in your life. And I've been on a kind of little hiatus because we are in the midst of our Christmas shipping right now. And I had to take a break from Christmas shipping today to be able to come out and do this story. Jim Jones. For those of you who don't know Jim Jones, and I don't really know very much about Jim Jones myself, right? You all can tell me more than I know, because when I went to look up this story and this situation, right? This is what we're talking about right here. He went on to Lip Service, right? This podcast with a bunch of ladies. I believe Angela Yee is one of the ladies from the Breakfast Club. And he went on to this podcast, right? To talk about whatever it is that he was talking about on his podcast. And in the middle of the podcast, he revealed that his mother was his first kiss, right? So then I went to go research up on this story. Let me tell you. I went to research up on the story. And when I was researching, I found a video by his mother. And his mother came out and started banishing these rumors and said her son said it wrong, right? So I heard the video. We're going to play her video. We're going to listen to most of what it is that she has to say to kind of get a feel for who she is, because I don't know her. I know that her son, Jim Jones, is a rapper. I know that he's had a relationship with two main women in the public sphere. But I believe that one of the women had to propose to him. He said yes, then it was no. They've been together for so long and all of this stuff, right? But let me show you this. Let me show you. All right. There's this woman, DJ Dior Cartel. So shout out to her. Props to you, my girl. Props to you for getting this interview so that we can use that here today. So props to you. Thank you. Thank you. And his mother came out and she started talking. So this was the first thing that I saw. I saw her interview. Oh, why people got to take it like that? We're going to play the interview. Don't you worry. Come on in and get comfortable, right? Why people got to take it like that? Oh, these people are wrong. This, blah, 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 blah. And I said, oh, well, you know, because she said, and you'll see her, she was like, I showed him, you'll see it, right? And then she was like, oh, I showed him, but it wasn't no tongue down. It wasn't none of that. We're going to hear it. Don't worry. And then I went to go listen to his actual statement. So I heard his statement after. And when I heard his statement, you know how in the morning you're in your bed looking on your phone and you see something that disturbs you so much that you got to jump out of your damn bed. I was so angry when I saw this, because that boy, when he was a boy, deserved a better chance. So without further ado, we could jump right into this video. So I can explain to you all who Jim Jones is. He's a rapper with some crew called Dipset. They're from New York. He's been on some reality shows and whatnot. But please look at the comments, because there are those of you who will know more about him than I do, because I'm a self-love specialist. I'm a certified clinical hypnotherapist, and I'm a life coach with a specialty in relationship coaching. And my goal is not to bash the mother, not to bash Jim Jones, because I don't know either one of them. But what we're going to be discussing is the idea. Remember, we attack the argument, not the person. We're going to be talking about the idea of a mother, an inappropriate touch with her son, an inappropriate relationship with her son, which has led to problematic relationships, and problematic ways that he shows up in the world. As Black women, I think that this is a topic that we need to discuss. Without further ado, let's continue to just let's Hubson. Listen, let's talk about let's just get into it here.
MamaJones.
Hey, what's going on? Look at you. How are
you?
And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's to you. How you doing on this lovely Thursday?
I'm doing fine, except for the little excitement that's going on with my son.
Man, have you seen the comments?
The comments is crazy, and everybody needs to understand you're taking it wrong. I am not a nasty mother. All I am is a mother that was teaching my son exactly how to survive and how to actually be able to deal with a woman. And for the information, it wasn't no tonguing down. It was a way of showing you how to tongue. He licked out his tongue. I licked out my tongue. That was that. It wasn't no mouth to mouth resuscitation or whether there anything. It wasn't like that. It's all about where's my son growing up, and me as a young mother showing her son how to do and deal with life with the young girls, because he's a nice, handsome looking guy. You know what I'm saying? And I taught him all about sex. No, and trust me, everybody, it wasn't about no sex. Okay, just showing him, telling him how and what he got to do. You know, about how to treat a woman, how to get a woman stirred up. You know, don't go into no woman dry. You know, make sure she's all saluted down and, you know, and wet up and all that kind of good stuff. You know, taught him how to fight. Come on now. I'm the mother. I was the mother and the father. You know, the father was around, but he wasn't around. So, you know, I did what I was supposed to do as a mother, and everybody out there trying to take it all kinds of way and saying this is why me and Kitsy didn't get along, all kinds of stuff. Come on now, stop. Okay? And a lot of y'all young mothers out there, go get your children and some books. A lot of y'all out there that want to criticize me, go get the book Love and Romance. Maybe you'll find out exactly
Now
exactly
she's
what's going
promoting
about
her
love and
book.
showing your own kids exactly how to treat a woman and how to teach your own son how to treat a woman.
Yeah. Now, and if I could go back, you had him at 17, right?
Yes, I had him at 17 years old.
Yeah, at 17, because I think he did mention that, and he said, you know, look at, and I like how Jim said this. He said, look at how, you know, the mothers or young mothers are treating the kids now. You know, you're dressing them up, and you know they're kissing them and they're loving on them. So, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. If a father is not around, you want to be able to show your.
I'm sorry for cutting you. A lot of the mothers out there actually kisses their kids on the mouth. Up to this day, right now, all my grandkids, I don't tongue them or nothing, but I give them kisses on the peck on the mouth. Not only them, my own daughters, them. I'm a loving mother, okay? But it ain't about where's me tonguing down. Or I'm like, come on now, let's be real. Think about it.
When you showed the demonstration, did you?
Well, first of all, we started out like a.
Yo, listen. This is disturbing. I want you to just pay attention, right? She's gonna talk about how they started out. You see her tongue is barely out of her mouth. You see she got the face looking up and all this other stuff, right? You see it. I'm gonna rewind that for you because I want you to hear what it is that she's saying, because I want you to hear how she's positing it. And you know what? Let me just do this real quick. Let me just do this. I want to give a shout out to Destin Troyce TV, right? And I want to give a shout out to Spencer Cornelia, White Boy Spencer, right? I want to give a shout out to those two bloggers, because while I've been packing boxes and doing all of this other stuff for TKO Skin and Tanya T and TKO Cosmetics, right? I've been needing long videos to listen to. So Destin is great because he has these long videos, and he's very similar to me in that he has the ability to talk first person to the camera and you feel like you're having a conversation, right? I want to give a shout out to these two guys because it is in watching their videos about scammers, about being scammed, about people who scam, etc., which has helped me open up my mind to realize that there are people out there who lie deliberately. Yes, I know I'm tardy to that party. They lie deliberately, they lie purposefully, they withhold the truth, they shift the truth, they change the truth. I know this is something that I should have already known. I've been giving people the benefit of the doubt that maybe they don't know, maybe they were mistaken, maybe we could have looked at things in a different way, but no, 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 no. Oh, my battery's dying. Because of the videos that I've been watching recently and seeing how people go about actually perpetrating frauds, I realize that there are people out there who blatant, you know how children lie and you're like, who had the cookie now, Susie? And you look at Susie's face and she got chocolate chips and crumbs and her fingers got, and you see her fingerprints on the jar and there's no other people in the house but you and her. And she's like, I don't know who ate the chocolate chip cookie. In the same way that children lie, there are adults out there who just blatantly lie. And his mother is lying. She's lying. And I'm going to tell you how I know that we are lying, because we are going to play Jim Jones's statement himself. We're going to hear his words. But I wanted you to hear how she's positing this first. Because she's talking about, you see the tongue is barely out. But I want you to hear Jim Jones's words. And when you hear his words, you're going to be so disgusted. So for all of the people out there who's a Team MamaJones, right? We have to understand that there are people out there who have different ways of processing information. Part of the reason that we have all of these atrocities taking place in society is because we have people with different value systems who are out there operating in the world, and they tell themselves different things to be able to not think of themselves as a bad person, or so they can think of themselves and justify their actions. I want you to hear her words first. I want you to hear her words first. And after listening to a little bit more of her words, right, we're going to hear his words. And if there's anybody out there who thinks that I'm the one just trying to stir up some stuff and he didn't say what it is, that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion and you can go forth and go live your life as you choose. For those of you who will hear his words and hear and understand exactly what it is that he said, right, then we can talk about the self-love lessons in that and how we go forward from there. All right, so thank you all very much. Let's jump back into her video, right? Let's jump back into her video here.
To peck on the mouth. Not only them, my own daughters, them. I'm a loving mother, okay? But it ain't about where's me tonguing down. Or, I'm like, come on now, let's be real. Think about it.
When you showed the demonstration, did you?
Well, first of all, we started out like a, you know, like I showing him that you stick out your tongue, or how stir go, and that's that. Then after that, we went to where, like, I'm showing him where he could see from the other side, like, you you teach your child what to do, how story go.
Yeah.
He met a nice young lady, which I know it was Jamila. So, you gotta teach. That's how Pootie here. Pootie, I'm so glad you're here, grandson. But my son was taught very well. He wasn't the type of child that's out there fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry and having babies all over. I taught him about safe sex. Like I said, I showed him how the tongue kiss, not to tongue kiss your mother like we in depth of kissing each other.
Yeah.
And I don't see nothing wrong with it. Everybody want to take it into a whole different world. And really, frankly, my darling, I don't give a damn. Because look how my son is brought up today. Hello. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, God, how is her son brought up today? How is her son brought up today? I want to know, is he this upstanding man? Because when I see him, I see a man in the ravages of hard living. That's what I see. Well, you know what? I can show you. No, I can show you some pictures of Jim Jones, right? Let me show you. Let me look up pictures of Jim Jones, right? Not Jim Jones Guyana. We're going to talk about that in a second too, about how she named her son. So you got to put in rapper when you're looking up this Jim Jones, right? Oh my. You can see the man has had hard life. You can see it. You can see that the man has been living and things are tough for him. You can see. You can see, this is when he was younger. You can see that things have been a little tough for the dude. I mean, if his mouth wasn't open, you wouldn't. If his mouth closed, you can't even tell he has teeth, right? He is. You can tell that he's going through a hard time. So when she said, "Look at how my son turned out," how did he turn out? Is he an upstanding man who is a powerful example of manhood out there? Is he trailblazing? Don't tell me this man is 47, Lord. No, don't tell me he's 47. Listen, I just, and these are older pictures of him because he is looking rough nowadays. He's looking rough nowadays. I'm trying to find some other pictures of him so that you all can see, because Google search has been kind to him. Google search has been kind. Let me see recent, because yeah, it's being kind to him because it is not showing you how he looks right now. It's showing smooth, glossed up pictures of him from 15 years ago, right? 10, 15 years ago when he still had some plumpitude to his face, right? Oh, this is mother. All right. Nonetheless, let's get back into the story at hand. I look, I hear that she's had an inappropriate relationship with him on these reality shows, that they're too deeply enmeshed. And listen, having a close family is one thing, but if you're too close, there's a psychological term for it called enmeshment, where it is an unhealthy closeness. And people have to learn boundaries. They have to learn how to interact with people in an appropriate way. And tongue kissing your son is inappropriate. It's inappropriate. Let's jump back into this video because I want you to hear more of what it is that she's had to say, because it's relevant so that when you hear him, you can understand that she's lying. All right, here we go.
So
Yeah,
that's that.
he's definitely not one of the representative, like a bunch of kids everywhere, you know. So he's
Thank you.
definitely safe with it. Now, for the mothers out there that do have sons, and you know you want to teach them how to properly put a condom on and everything, what's the proper demonstration to show them, since we are women and we lack that type of equipment and tools, if you know what I mean?
They can start off with a banana. Ain't no problem. Or plastic fruit. A plastic banana fruit or a cucumber. You understand what I'm saying? Make sure you remind them. You pinch the tip of the motherfucking condom or house before you put it on, so this way there's no air up in there. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I don't understand a lot of these parents out here anyway, and a lot of the people that's trying to, come at me. No, boo-boo. I was a mother that actually not looking for a bunch of grandkids. Now I can take all the grandkids I want to take. But back then,
Right.
no. It's all about safe sex. Talking about like the
So her phone goes out. I'm glad she's talking about this part
Oh,
right
hope I ain't
here,
lose you.
because if she
I was
taught him
actually
how
that
to
mother that
tongue
was
kiss
out there that made
inappropriately,
sure
what
that
else
my
did she
kid know the
teach him
right thing, especially the young
inappropriately?
man. And he was taught not to put his hands on a woman. Now if a woman did come at him, attack him, guess who he came and got? He came and got the crazy lady out. He came and got his mama, and I kicked ass.
Yeah,
But he was taught very well.
that's good. That's
And
good.
I was a single mother. Think about it. A
Mm-hmm.
single mother with a young boy, want to know how and what to do. Ain't got no daddy like that. That's there. His father was there but wasn't there. So I did
Okay.
what I was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? He ain't the only one that I taught how to go my daughters them and everything like that. Even down with the sex and stuff like that. I don't play no games. I'm not trying to have grandkids before my time when it's the right time. Nobody's
Now, you know what? I completely, wholeheartedly, yes, talk to your children about sex. Talk to them about how to put on condoms, using prophylactics and stuff like that. There's a few other things I want you to hear, but you know what? Without further ado, we can jump into the Jim Jones piece because we'll probably have to play it more than once for the people who are coming in a little bit late, right? So, oh, let's get into this right here. Let's get into this. All right.
To say to you about him though, because I think that matters too for moms out there.
My mom's always picked him up. She used to tell me all about the
That's
crazy
probably
stories.
what helped though.
Tell me about how he was always fly, all that type of shit. It was like she never shunned him away. She never told him he couldn't come see me. He knew all my family houses with everybody. He knew my whole, like it wasn't like that, just that my dad had a real addiction. His demons were haunting him that bad from a young age. When you have a heroin addiction, and he had 3 brothers, they all died of the same thing due to the heroin addiction and shit like that. So these are the things that a lot of kids' parents were coming up in the 80s. You dig? Like the 80s was wicked.
But that's a strong woman for your mom to not ever downplay your dad.
Because my mom and my dad were like Bonnie and Clyde. Remember, my mom had me when she was 16. I was 17. She was still in high school. And they would...
By the way, we are going to have your mom on lip service. I hope you're okay with that.
That's cool. She's going to go crazy.
I love your mom.
We are gonna, I'm just letting you know in advance.
I hope y'all...
And you know what? I just want to interject this right now. Does his mother have an engaging personality? Because you see they're all in there, I love your mom. Yeah. Does she have an engaging personality? Yes, I'm sure she's really cool people. We have to learn how to be able to realize that even good people do some things and harbor some ideas which need evaluating. That we it's like we want to write people off. Oh, you've done this, so you're just completely banished, you're trash, you're this. No, there are some people who are likable, who have likable personalities, who have done things that are inappropriate. Oh Lord. Let's continue going forward.
All ready for it. Like,
that is happening.
That is a grown, wild woman.
You know everybody loves your mom.
I learned my sex education
We follow each other on Instagram.
from my mother.
I love her so
Wait,
much.
what did your mom tell you about sex when you were young?
She told me everything about sex.
Like what?
My first
parents never taught me that.
condoms, shit like that. My mom taught me how to kiss when I was younger.
What did she tell you to do?
She told me how to tongue kiss when I was younger.
Like what's the...
All right, here he's about to make the statement. He's about to talk about it right here. So I want you to pay close attention, okay? I want you to pay close attention because he's going to, and also, does he look healthy to you? Does this look like a man who's thriving in his life? Does he look like he's thriving? I just want you to answer that for me. Does he look like he's thriving? From what you see, does he look like somebody who's doing well? All right. I want you to hear he's kind of apprehensive. He's like, yeah. Because I think he kind of realizes something is a little bit off about what he's saying. Because he's like, yeah, no, she actually showed me. And I want you to hear what he says after that, because that is the pivotal part right there.
Told me everything about sex.
Like what?
My first condoms, shit like that. My mom told me how to kiss when I was younger.
What did she tell you to do?
She told me how to tongue kiss when I was younger.
Like what's the instructions?
It wasn't no instructions. She showed me with her mouth. Like she
kissed you?
It's my mother.
No, I'm just okay.
I love it.
My parents barely kissed me on the cheek.
No,
So,
my mom
just stopped kissing my son on the mouth.
She showed me how to tongue kiss when I was younger. Remember, my mom was 17. She's a baby. Look at all the babies that's having babies now.
sure.
And look how they act with their babies. It's like they have a little sister or a little brother more than they had. than
Did you
their
think
child.
tongue kissing was nasty at first? Because
This is the part I need you to understand. And then we're going to talk about her age in just a moment, right? Hear this right now. So he said, oh, she was 17. You know, look at the young lady having babies now. It's like you have a little brother more than a son. right? Let's go.
The first time somebody tried to tongue kiss me, I thought it was so disgusting.
The first time I tongue kissed a girl, yeah.
I was like, oh, you
My
spit
mom's, it didn't faze me. The first time I tongue kissed a girl, I was blown. I was so pissed off. I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
But it
How
also
old were
depends
you?
how sloppy somebody kisses you too, right?
I want you, we're going to rewind that so that you can hear that again. And I want you to see his face, the discomfort in his face. What did he say? The first time he tongue kissed a girl, it was what? But with his mom, that's my mom. I'm not saying she's a bad person. What I'm saying is that this is inappropriate touch. And we have to be able to differentiate and distinguish what is appropriate touch and what is inappropriate touch. And tongue kissing your child is inappropriate. He said that it was nasty when he kissed someone else other than his mother. But with his mother, it wasn't nasty. That's his mom's, right? Here, I'll rewind it for you. And it's like if she taught you how to tongue kiss and was teaching you how to make it wet, what else was she doing? You know, how was this demonstration going on? You know what I'm saying? She was 17 when she had him. Let me ask you all some questions. Oh, this is not the right. This is not the. Let me ask you all some questions. Where's my thing? Here. All right. No. You all are not doing the math. You're not doing the math. How old do you think he was? When he came to her looking for instruction? About how old do you think a young man is when he is interested in kissing? Let me answer that question. Answer that question. How old do you think he was? Was he 10? Was he 12? Was he 17? Answer the question. How old do you think he was? I want to see some numbers coming up. There's a little bit of a delay, right? Listen, I want to know. 11 years old? Okay, let's continue going forward. 11, I want to see some numbers. 14, 12, okay, all right. 14 to 17, okay, all right. 13, 14, okay, all right. So the average age is about 14 that people are putting up, right? I want you to do me a favor, and I want you to add up. 17 plus 14. So by the time he came to her, because he's throwing this number out, the big hand is back. He's throwing this number out. Oh, she was 17 when she had me. The vlogger who's interviewing her, oh, you were 17 when you had him. And people are like, 17 is old enough to know. Listen, if you can't add 14 plus 17, that's fine. We will add 10 plus 17, which will be 27. And then we have 4 left over from 14. And 7 and 4 is 11. We're talking about 31. We're talking about 31. Does a 31-year-old woman know right from wrong enough to not tongue kiss her 14-year-old son and have him and demonstrate to him how to make a vagina wet? Does a 31-year-old? That is the question. Right? No, she would have been 21 when he was 4. We got to do the math better than that. You have to add the 10. 31. Does a 31-year-old know, you don't put your tongue in your boy's mouth? He said it. Let's play it again. We'll keep it on that part because we're going to play her again. And there's some other stuff I need to show you Kodak Black, because apparently while I was packing these boxes, there was a lot going on out here that we didn't touch base on. So I'm sorry for having left you. This is why I only do the sale once a year. Let's scroll back. I want you to hear.
That could be a turn off.
I think
like,
that's what
if
it
they
was.
bad
It's
at
like
kissing.
12.
Yeah,
13.
see, that's interesting.
Little brother
you
more
grow
than
up
they
with
had.
them.
than
Did you
their
think
child.
tongue kissing was nasty at first? Because the first time somebody tried to tongue kiss me, I thought it was so disgusting.
The first time I tongue kissed a girl, yeah.
I was like, oh, you
My
spit
mom's, it didn't faze me. The first time I tongue kissed a girl, I was blown. I was so pissed off. I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
But it
How
also
old were
depends
you?
how sloppy somebody kisses.
So all of these birds, excuse me, I'm sorry. I don't want to call people names. All of these young ladies are sitting around cackling with him. And part of my issue is that when things like this come out, the people who are on the panel are just acting like this is normal. Well, it depends on whether or not your mom's was a sloppy kisser. Maybe your mom's kept it dry and the other girl, she was young, kept it wet. Come on.
Kisses you too, right? Because that could be a turn off.
I think that's what
if
it
they
was.
bad
It's
at
like
kissing.
12.
Yeah,
13.
see, that's interesting because nobody
Maybe he
taught
said he
me
was
anything
12 or
about it, and I
13.
didn't know what it was. And this guy, he was my little boyfriend, and we used to just kiss on the cheek. And then one day he just stuck his tongue in my mouth, and I didn't know what it was or what was happening. And I was like, oh my God, what is he fucking doing?
Yeah.
Crazy.
I needed a little heads up.
Yeah, sex that young and shit like that.
So wait, what about the first time you ever had sex?
Her name was Bebe.
Baby.
Bebe. I never forget.
Was that her real name or
That was what they called her.
That
She was from Wagner Projects.
Oh shit. Baby from
This is
Wagner.
like
Where is Baby now?
88,
Was she older than you?
87. I think we probably about the same age. She like
88. If Jim Jones is 47 now, how old was he in 1988? Was he 13? Was he 12? How old was he in 1988? What year was he born in? He was born in 75, which means in 88 he would have been 13. Oh, yeah, Mom. You showed him right. 13, now he out there having intercourse with some baby's girl from the projects at 13. This is just astronomical to me.
like 13, 14.
Was she a virgin as well, or she was a little
nah.
experienced?
Baby
Baby was out here.
she was with it.
moving around.
She knew what was going on. I won't say she was with it, but she knew what was going on.
She was hip.
She was hip.
Way more than I was. I was
Right.
the one that was shaky and had to kind of fake
So
it
she had
till
to
I
teach-
actually
she taught
figured
you
it
to
out.
make it.
Yeah.
Where was it?
My man Cisco, he was a little older than us.
He had a partner.
He lived in Wilson Projects. Cisco used to get money. My man, he was like, yo,
God, I just want this
you
to
bring it
be
to my
over.
crib, you can use my room. My mom don't be tripping. Like, we younger, we 13, like this, like what? Like, yeah, I bet. I go to Cisco house. He say, mommy, he's Spanish, Puerto Rican. They bunch of go in the room, you good. And that was just that. I used Cisco crib for it.
But
And
that's crazy.
That's where I
How long did you
Bust
last?
Baby down that Cisco crib.
Huh?
How
You
long?
bust Baby down that Cisco crib.
This
I
woman
bust
is
Baby
asking
down
how
at
long
Cisco
did he
crib.
Was his
last
mom
as a
there, though?
13-year-old?
His mom was there.
His Puerto Rican mother. You heard
How long
Spanish,
did
they don't care about nothing Spanish
but
mom.
it's
Like, I know, papi, I'd rather you do it in the house than
Exactly.
do it outside.
Exactly. I was gonna say
It's okay,
that.
papi. He could go to the room.
No,
papi.
I was gonna say that. I'm sure they probably felt that way. Like, you know what? I'd rather you do it here. You
Right,
safe.
that's how my
Right.
mom was.
How long did it last?
I don't think I lasted that long. I don't even know if I came the first time. I don't think
Oh, that sucks.
You even understood.
So
Yeah.
much
Did you think it was good, or were you like, this is overrated?
I just think that I was more hype about the fact that I actually could go downstairs and say,
Right.
nigga, I got some ass.
Right.
I did it.
It was the bragging rights more than
Yeah,
anything else.
it was the motion.
I'm
it
not a
was the-
virgin.
Exactly.
Niggas don't get no
That's-
pussy.
that's what it
Graduated
was.
at Cisco's
Yes.
house.
Yeah, I'm getting
And
pussy now.
I'm getting pussy. Y'all don't get no pussy.
Word. Exactly. That was a conversation. You niggas ain't getting no pussy.
Baby came down the block like,
So
what's
was
up,
it-
girl?
Was it baby
This
a
is the
one and done, or did
conversation.
you like continue and
Nah, I never seen Baby again after that. That's crazy.
Oh, damn, baby.
That's crazy.
that kind of hurt your
That was,
feelings?
I mean,
Like,
that
damn,
was
you wanna come
just,
back?
just young and moving. That was like the summer, I believe, where everything turned for me. I started to learn how to hustle. Started navigating to the West Side. That's when me and Cam started our relationship. You know, he moved over to the East Side, so like the 13 era and shit like that, and just started figuring out Harlem. Had to get new sneakers. There was only one way to get that. And after that, it was just ball game. It was the streets.
I cannot. I didn't hear any part of this interview past the whole kiss part. I didn't hear this part about Bebe and how now he turned to a life of crime at the age of 13 and some older man and the Puerto Rican mothers, and they didn't care. They were like, oh, you go in there as a 13-year-old. I'd rather you, some boy and some girl, and they're like, oh, she knew what was going on. So which means that a 13-year-old girl had already been touched. Then he never even saw her again. There was no relationship there. He started hustling in the street. There was only one way to get new sneakers. What about your mother? The one who was teaching you how to tongue kiss. She didn't teach you how to get a job. They had summer youth employment program in New York City in 1988. But I guess minimum wage wasn't good enough for him. This is all just, my stomach is turned. My stomach is turned. Exactly. Not one of them pushed back on the fact that his mother was his first tongue kiss. I guess because the mothers was letting their kids have intercourse in the house and was tongue kissing them, and everything was all gravy, I suppose. Everything was all gravy. Nobody, and then she's asking, you're asking about a child. A 13-year-old child, whether or not that child, so you want to sit there and imagine a 13-year-old child, whether or not he climaxed, whether or not it was good for him at 13. Oh my gosh, like of all the, I don't even get it. Listen, we can talk about the sponsors real quick. This portion of the video is sponsored by my knockout earrings, which are available for a limited time only on my website right now, TanyaTKO.com. The link is in the description. They are 18 karat gold plated to be able to last years. They're lightweight. These are the 80 millimeter that I'm wearing. They're also 70 millimeter, which are a little bit smaller than that. It comes with a keepsake suede velvet pouch that you can use to wipe and keep your earrings clean and pristine and shiny. These are the 70 millimeter. So you can see the size difference right there. So thank you all so very much for all of the people who have bought and have supported my channel and the store by getting the earrings. It comes in a beautiful pouch and it comes in a beautiful box for you to be able to keep your earrings safe. Should we jump back to the mother? Do we want to hear any more of this interview? Once she started fantasizing about a minor's intercourse and penis and climax. I mean, I kind of just got disgusted at that point. There's some apples have come in. Oh, wow. Oh, goodness. So, looks like I just got my first Bitcoin. Oh, wow. It looks like I just got, wait. Oh, wow. It looks like the Bitcoin comes into a different area, but it looks like you can't leave a comment with the Bitcoin. So you know what? I'm going to we're going to read those in just a moment. I want to jump back into MamaJones' video, and then after that, we're going to jump into the Bitcoins and the Cash Apples. So let's hear a little bit more from MamaJones and her interview and this mess here. Let's hear a little bit of that. Let's hear. All right.
I'm going to repeat my history. That's all I got to say. And
Yeah.
I did it the right way. I was brought up old-fashioned. You know, like they said, when I saw my aunt pregnant, they said it was a basketball. They said the stork came and brought the baby. No, I ain't do none of that. All that. No, my nigga, you put your pee-pee into the punkash, and guess what? Here come a baby. You know.
Jesus Christ. If there's anybody out there who is using nicknames for your child's anatomy, please use the proper names, use the proper words. There was a little girl. I read a story about a little girl who went to school and talked about her uncle touched her cookies. And the teacher was like, well, you should learn to share. The next time your uncle wants some cookies, give him some more, some foolishness like that. And the cookies was actually her vagina, and she didn't know the proper word. So she was confused. She went to the teacher to tell the teacher that she had been getting touched in the wrong way, inappropriate touch, and she didn't know the right words. So she was talking about her cookies. If you have children, I implore you, especially if you have babysitters or anybody who is caring for your children, or if your children go to school, please use the proper names, because if you don't teach your children the proper names, somebody else out there is going to teach them something. She's over here talking about, I didn't do this with the stocks and that. I said if y'all put your PP in the pum cushion, the pum cushion. No. There are easy ways to explain intercourse to your children. There are easy ways to help them understand XY chromosomes, XX chromosomes, semen and the building blocks for DNA, as well as the eggs and how they meet and they form inside the womb. Listen, if you have not had these necessary conversations with the proper names, you're doing a disservice to your children, because not only does it foster ignorance and it leaves the door open for other people out there to teach them other words or other things or not understand, etc. It underlyingly shows that there's some shame associated with those words. And there's no shame with the word penis, vagina, semen, intercourse, ovaries. There's no sperm. There's no shame with that. There's no shame. So please, I implore you. So on the one hand, she's talking about, I taught my children well. But then on the other hand, she's like, PP in the pumkash. Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, it's not about sugarcoating anything. Birds and the bees and all this kind of stuff. No, boo boo. It's called right way. I was brought up old fashioned. You know, like they said, when I saw my aunt pregnant, they said it was a basketball. They said the stork came and brought the baby. No, I ain't do none of that. All that. No, my nigga, you put your pee-pee into the punkash, and guess what? Here come a baby. You know what I'm saying? Come on, it's not about sugarcoating anything. Birds and the bees and all this kind of stuff. No, boo boo. It's called fucking. You know. So,
yeah, you mentioned the whole. I know people said something about how you were toward like Chrissy, and I don't want to get into all the tea stuff, because that, you know, you said your piece on answering and that, but I know that you brought up the thing about, you know, I guess the way you treated Chrissy, or so was it, you know, just any different?
And they wasn't listening. Mm-hmm. Me and Chrissy beef was because not being family orientated. You know,
right?
I pronounce it, Alexis. Yeah, family orientated. So my thing about it is that was our only beef. Anything else? No. Okay. Mm-hmm. She knows me and my son has a tight relationship. And for the records, everybody, I want you to understand, me and Chrissy, we're on board. We're on the same boat. We're sailing the same way, going down the same sea, straight down.
You seem hostile talking about
We're there
Chrissy.
Together. We got it together.
I don't know who this Chrissy is, but look at her face. She look hostile. She also got a crack jaw. I ain't gonna say nothing about that. Some people say she may have had addictive issues as well, but I don't know who Chrissy is or what the relationship is, but she seems hostile discussing her. So we have a 30-year-old woman tongue kissing her 13-year-old child and showing him how to make a vagina wet. Then all of a sudden he goes out there, he gets a girl, and she has an inappropriate amount of contact and interaction with that relationship, I can imagine. And it's like, as Black women, we need to discuss the toxicity that exists and how it shows up. What's the word? Pedagogy is not the word. It starts with a pedo. Pedagogy is education, but I can't think of the word. But it'll come to me.
She's all with us, all up in the family. We're all loving it, you know. So for y'all to think that kind of way, don't do that. Don't stop acting ignorant. Don't stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
Do you want them to have kids and get married?
Huh?
Do you want them to have kids and get married?
Yeah. God damn it, they won't get the child though. But I mean, yeah, I would love it.
They won't
Yeah,
get the
You know me,
child though.
I take over every grandchild, just about.
I
You
know
know,
that's
they
right.
can get the child after when the child get a little big and start talking shit. Take your child. He's outside on the porch with a raincoat on, the hat,
Yeah.
and an umbrella. It's raining outside. Go get your child.
So she wants
You know
to
what I
spoil
hate?
and
Because
ruin the
you're
children and
such
then
a
tell the
kind woman.
parents
When
to
you
come
came
get
to
them.
Philly, you showed me so much love. You were nice, very respectful, and you have that nurturing spirit about you. So when I see on your page those distasteful comments, it
Yeah,
pissed me off so bad because it was
yeah,
just
me
like,
too.
you guys are being ignorant. Like, don't do that. This is still a woman. This is
Oh God, black women. Listen, black women, we've got to stop this. And listen, I understand that people are like, oh, you need to what's that word with the code? Stay on code at all costs and all this and the other, right? This is what keeps so many black men stuck, staying on this quote unquote code, the toxicity that permeates through their realm without the ability to be able to hold one another accountable. Somebody's saying, I don't think she's a black woman. Is she not? I don't know. Is she not a black woman? I don't know. She did say she was Caribbean. Maybe she's mixed. I don't know. But I'm saying, and listen, and I don't need any men. If you got a pair of balls right now that you use to cushion you as you sit down on a seat, right? It's not your time to talk if I'm speaking to women. Close your mouth. A womb holder is speaking to other womb holders, and it's not your place to interject. I don't need any accolades from you, and I don't need you swinging your balls around and beating them across my face, neck, and back, trying to get me to be quiet either. I don't need any of that. It's time for you to just hush when I'm talking to ladies. So nonetheless, women, we've got to stop this. We've got to stop excusing any and all behavior from other women just for the mere fact of wanting to stay on code. We don't heal, and don't take your directions. Don't take your directions from toxic males and how they carry on. Because apparently, quote unquote, staying on code is not helping them better as people because it is keeping them stuck, right? It's keeping them stuck. Anyway, so let's continue going forward with this madness. Because they're like, it made me so mad to see these comments because you're still a woman.
still a black woman, and
Yes.
it's still a
Oh.
human, you
Yes.
know?
Yes, and to top it off, instead of y'all thinking, well, damn, you know what? Oh, wow. We really didn't hear too much or know anything about Jim's father, so she was raising her child to the utmost to the most of how I should not. Now, I could have been a type of mother or house girl and let him beat on women and all kinds of shit. Then
So
what
that's
y'all
the
was gonna say then?
alternative?
What kind of comment would y'all?
So you see, this is gaslighting right here. So the alternative is to either tongue kiss your son on the mouth or let him beat on women. Those are the only two alternatives. Nothing in between. So there's no appropriate touch conversation, no inappropriate touch. It's just, oh, either I tongue kiss him or I let him beat women. There's a lot of leeway in between.
Gonna say then, but
Right.
all I did was just teach my son how he's supposed to kiss a woman, not to go down into their throat and all kinds of shit, how to actually, be safe about sex, and how to fucking kick ass. Okay, because remember, I'm the mother and the father. His father
Right.
was there, but no father was there. But all the comments that they're making is no need for. No need
Yeah.
for. And it's sad because I know a lot of y'all wish y'all could be in my shoes, and I know a lot of y'all wish y'all could be me. But it's
Yeah.
only one of me. Sorry.
Honey.
I think that maybe that we got it misconstrued, especially with these blogs
Yes.
and people posted things up, is the way he said
The way he
it.
said it. Yes.
Yeah.
And my son should have said, maybe, you know what? He said it the way he said it. He
Yeah.
said, he even had to say no other kind of way. If he wanted to, he could say, well, no disrespect. I just want you to understand this is how my mother did it. That's that. But they Right, yeah, like my daughter said, they made it seem like he fantasized about it, like, you know, like if me and him was actually together or going together. Come on
Yeah.
now.
I think your daughter may know if I mention this. I think they tried to paint it as if like it was a post with your daughter may know this with Kodak Black and his mom was dancing. I think he went to like touch her butt, like act like it, like he was another guy, and they blew that up. So I think they tried to put that in that category. I think your daughter may know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah. She said
Kodak Black,
Kodak Black.
his
The
mom.
mother and him and his mother was dancing, and they tried to blow it up because, you know, it looked like if he was gonna touch.
No, don't you worry. We're going to play that next. There's a little bit of her phone is probably ringing. We're going to play that clip next so you can see for context. Listen, I want you to hear.
My daughter says,
oh, it's nice to see somebody so rough and tough have a very soft and sentimental moment with their mother. That's how I saw it when I saw it.
Yeah.
You see, and me personally, if I seen it, I would have thought the same thing too. I wouldn't have think nothing else. A lot of people out there fail to realize
it's nice to see somebody so rough and tough have a sentimental moment with their mom. Let's take a look. Oh, hold on to your britches. Listen, go ahead and share this video because people need to see this because we need to have this conversation about appropriate and inappropriate touch. Oh, I got the Kodak Black video for you all. Oh, don't you worry. Oh, don't you worry. Look upon this, yes. We got the video of him dancing with his mother, and I want you to see every second of it. I want you to see every second of it. But before we do that, let's jump into the apples. What is that I hear? Hey. All right, let's see. So we got some apples that have come in, and it looks like the Bitcoin has also come in. I wanted us to test receiving Bitcoin, but it looks like we're gonna check and see. All right. So Felicia sends $1 and says, "Cool party, was shy. Sent you a pic in your email." All right, thank you. I appreciate that. We had a party over the weekend, well, for New Year's, and I was looking for pictures from the party because it was a great party, but I didn't get to take any pictures because everything was so hectic. You were very pretty at the party. Happy New Year's. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. I did. I looked amazing at the party. Listen, you all see I have on my vegan makeup. I love a smoky eye with a nude lip. But you ladies did not vote for the nude color to be in the pack. So once the packs were sold out, I have come back to my nude lips because, it can be a little ratchet to have lighter color lips. But I don't care. I like it. All right. Tiffany sends $3 and says, "Been missing you all. Happy New Year." Thank you. Happy New Year to everybody. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. I appreciate that. Let me send you some love here. All right. And then Kim sent $2 in Bitcoins and says, "Tagging Jim and his mom. LOL. Lord have mercy. You messy." So you can leave a comment with the Bitcoin. So I'm happy about that. Ashley sends $3 and says, yeah, she had to suck her teeth on that one. No, I feel you because this is some madness that we have seen and been party to and witness to. Kelly, I don't want to have to accept every single Bitcoin that comes in and then have to go to this screen. I'm gonna have to write to them about that because then now all of this is then okay, done. And then that was Kelly. So Kelly says, "I've missed your videos. Thank you. Thank you." But we saw each other at the party, Kelly. So thank you. I appreciate that. And what else do we have? We have Rachel. So let's see. Accept the Bitcoin. Yeah, they got to do better with this because this is too much. Like they should just have it just like the regular apples. All right, done. And that came from, who did that? Rachel. Here we go. And Rachel says, She is very sick, and sadly, she doesn't think so. Exactly. That's the thing. She doesn't think that she's sick. She doesn't think that what she did is wrong. And this is a perfect example of how there are so many people out there who have different ways of doing things. And we just have to realize that we live in a world filled with other people doing things however it is that they choose. But we have to realize that what it is that we want for our lives. She feels that she did a good job raising Jim Jones. She feels she did a good job. We're going to talk about the where the name Jim Jones is infamous from. If you've ever heard the term don't drink the Kool-Aid, that's from Jim Jones. That's from the original Jim Jones, who was a cult leader in Guyana who had people drink all this Kool-Aid and then die. He was a white guy. Listen. Oh, we got some apples that have come in. Kiki sends 3 and says more convo on INCEST, Jocasta Complex in our community. Oh, wow. I don't even know what to say about that. So Tanya has sent $50 for support. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. So Happy New Year to you all. We miss you all so very. I'm so happy to be here. This is why I took a day off to be able to do this video, to be able to jump and dive into this, because I miss you all so very much. I am a vlogger through and through. Let me send you some loves. All right. So let's jump into this Kodak Black video, because this is something that we need to see. Let's jump into this whole Kodak Black, because this is Kodak Black dancing with his mama. Let's see if we make it larger. Will it be in the middle? No, it won't be in the middle. It's a little off center, but that's fine. I just want you all to see. So here he's dancing. We're going to turn down the song because we don't want to hear. So this is him dancing with his mama. And you see they're having a good time. So this is what her daughter was talking about. Oh, it was so nice to see somebody rough and tough having a sweet sentimental moment with their mother. So you hear the music. Let's see. But then it takes a turn. Look. His mother raised a man who is colorist and disgusting. But these women think that they did such a good job. Look, I want you to see. Let's turn on the music because we don't want any copyright issues. So now he's hugging up on his mother from behind. Look, hand down by her waist. Look, he cups her booty and she pushes him off. But I want you to see how he behaves after that. We'll show that again. I want you to see how he behaves after that. Right? So you see he got a whole handful of grab ass over there. This is the sweet sentimental moment that MamaJones' daughter was talking about right here. Sweet sentimental. Look, here. And people screaming, look. Look, he's trying to kiss her on the mouth and she's trying to get away from him. Look, he's trying to kiss her on the mouth and she's trying to get away. And then he continues dancing with her. We're gonna turn down the volume a little bit. Actually, let's turn it down here. So then now she has her distance from him, right? And he's dancing with his mother while he's smoking and blowing smoke up in the woman's face. Look, let's turn down the volume a little bit. And then, so they're doing their dance. Look, because it gets worse, because the vloggers were only showing the first grab ass. I want you to see the second grab ass, because I think that this is relevant and important, because there are a lot of people out there with inappropriate relationships with their children, apparently. Let's continue. Look. And she's like, it looks like she's trying to keep him off. I can only imagine his smoky breath. You see, she's trying to turn away. Look. He's drunk. Look, I just need you to see this next part. Look. And she's laughing and squealing. Look. You see that? I don't understand. I'm going to show that to you again. I wish I had slow motion capabilities, right? You see his hand is on her backside, right? And then he goes in for the grab. You seen it. And then she turns around and she's like, she wants to slap him, looks like, but it looks like she kind of stopped herself because you see she's peeling back, right? I'll show that to you again. Because this is, you see, he has a whole handful of it. Can you not see that? Look, a whole entire handful as he squeezes as she's trying to get away. What was the name of that movie? That I saw this disturbing ass movie. Something's going on at the Johnsons or some. So I saw this movie. No one prepared me for what was in this movie. But what in going on at the Johnson ass movie is this? For those of you who don't know, it was some short I saw at a film festival and I was horrified. It was some movie about some son. I can't describe it, but those of you who've seen it, some son was the father. The son was the aggressor. That's all I'm gonna say. And the father was there in the bathtub, like, what have I done? Or what did I let happen to me? It was, you all know the movie. You know the movie. You know the movie. If you don't know the movie, you don't want to know the movie. Something weird going on at the Johnsons. It was some crazy movie that I saw and no one prepared me because I was like, this is a weird relationship going on. And then the next thing I know, the father was in the tub and the son came into the room and locked the door and was like, I've been thinking about you, Dad. Then the next thing you know, water was splashing all over the place. The father was trying to fight him off. And then the father was in the bathtub like, oh, afterwards, like, I created a monster. And then the son wouldn't let the father get away. And the son was always doing, and then the father had to die to get away from him. It was some craziness. I know. It was good. The movie was unbelievable, and you don't want to see it. It was disgusting. But this is what in the something about the Johnsons. That was the short film. Yeah. What in the something about the Johnsons is this mess going on here that the mother's trying to get away from him. And look. It's like a dude at a party you can't get away from. Look. And then people start screaming at him. No. Listen, they start screaming. No, you're a man. And then look, he starts grabbing his crotch. I want you to see. No. We missed it. Because he started grabbing his crotchicle right after. Look. You see him, right? Look. It happened right there. I need you to see. You don't want to see that movie. Stop asking about it. We're going to show, I want you to look down at his crotchicle area because after he grabs his mother's buttocks, he starts grabbing his penis. Look, you see his hands inside his pants. He starts grabbing his penis and adjusting himself afterwards. So we'll do that part again. So here's where he grabs her ass and she's trying to get away, right? You see, this is where he grabs her ass and she's trying to get away. I want you to look at his crotchicle area. All right, look at it. Look. Because after he grabs it and she tries to get away, look at what he does after that. Look at his hands. Look. You see that he goes inside and adjusts himself. We all saw it. This is the beautiful moment between mother and son where this is infuriating. This is infuriating. And I want you to share this video with other people who haven't seen it because there's a lot of effery going on in our community and there are far too many of us being silent about this. I don't know what was going on in their household that this man, while intoxicated, thought that this was appropriate in public. I don't know why he has not been taught appropriate touch with his mother. So this brings us back to the Jim Jones situation because then you heard her daughter in the background. Oh, they just want to, it was a tender moment between mother and son. This is a tender moment that you all are going to reference for us to look at? This? This was the tender moment. Here, let's rewind. Oh wait, go.
You know, if and I'm a say it the way.
Here.
Yeah.
You see, and me per se, if I seen it, I would have thought the same thing too. I wouldn't have think nothing else. A lot of
You
people
heard the part.
blow it up because it looked like if
Listen.
he's gonna touch.
So this is the part I want you to hear, because the daughter is justifying this in the background. Nobody is calling out this nothing to their calling to question their reality.
See my daughter says,
oh, it's nice to see somebody so rough and tough have a very soft and sentimental moment with their mother. That's how I saw it when I saw it.
Yeah.
You see, and me per se, if I seen it, I would have thought the same thing too. I wouldn't have think nothing else. A lot of people out there fail to realize, if and I'm a say it the way I said it. If you're a true mother, you will do truly right by your own child. Okay.
Yeah.
If your child
is
saying, "Ma, I want to know how to do this," or I want to know how to do that, how to go. And if you're able to actually show them the right way, then show them. Ain't nothing wrong with it, especially if it's a boy. And you're supposed to actually teach them ways to actually love your woman. That's why you better go buy my book, Love and Romance. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So you see, now she's about to start promoting the book. She doesn't see anything the matter with this. The daughter doesn't see anything the matter with Kodak Black groping his mother and trying to dig all up in between her biscuits and adjusting himself. Come on. The thing that I'm telling you is that there are people who walk among us who have many different ways of thinking and doing all sorts of things. And we have got to get out of the mindset, the shrouded mindset that everybody is going to think the same and that everybody knows right from wrong. Because Jim Jones said it, you could see he was kind of squirmish about saying it was awkward, and the ladies didn't call him out on it. Listen, Miss Mama Jones, if you'd like to talk with me, I'd love to talk with you too. If there's a different perspective of this story that we're just not getting, we would love to talk with you. Come on and we can have a conversation. Jim Jones, come, we can have a conversation about this so that we can talk, and maybe I can bring a family therapist on who can have a conversation about enmeshment, about inappropriate contact. This makes me wonder now about all of these relationships where the mother is just a little too invested in making. I remember there was this associate that I had. I've since stopped speaking to her, but she put up this post on Facebook, and this was years ago, and she was like, she found some note in her son's bag from some little hot tail girl who has a crush on her son. And she's like, these little heifers better get away from my son. She's like, Lord, I just ain't ready for this. These little hot tail heifers are after my... Her son was like 7. And you're calling some other 7-year-old girl a hot tail heifer, and you as a mother ain't ready for girls to have a crush on your son? Come on. We need to have these conversations about inappropriate relationships with your hub sons, with your sons bins, and all of this. We have to learn appropriate contact. We have to learn how to separate what's appropriate and what is inappropriate. Tongue kissing your child, teaching him how to get a woman wet by using your vagina as a demonstration is inappropriate. That is inappropriate touch. You don't cross secretion boundaries. There's secretions in your mouth. There's secretions. You don't cross secretion boundaries. And some people don't know that. Because goodness knows what happened to her that she was pregnant at 17. Because if she was pregnant at 17, at what age was she having intercourse? Her son was having intercourse at 13. And the girl, he said, had been having intercourse since before she was even 12. So who introduced her to intercourse? Come on. Come on. And just because someone has the same gender as you or the same race as you does not mean that what it is that they are doing are beneficial to them, to society at large, to their children. We have called out other Black mothers on this channel who use hardcore, who use violence as a discipline, violence, shame, and embarrassment, cursing out their daughters as a disciplinary tactic.
Me. Y'all wanna talk crap about me? Go buy a book, read it. Read My Guide to Love and Romance.
Before we get to the book,
that tongue kissing led him to a beautiful woman. How about that?
Before we get to the book, because I want to talk about the book, someone asked a good question. Because I know Jim is real in touch with his Spanish or so. Are you Spanish or is his dad Spanish or?
His dad is Spanish. I'm West Indian.
Okay, West Indian, and his father is Spanish. Now, what inspired you to write that book? Because I told you my mom, she's halfway through the book. She's enjoyed
Sure
it. What
she
made you
is.
want to really sit down and
And you
put
know
out
what?
everything as far as your book?
My son and my grandsons.
Listen.
And if you look in the book, who's it dedicated to? Alexis, bring me the book right there on my stool.
Alexis, bring me the book right there. I'm sorry for saying that with so many of you who got those listening machines in your house. As a matter of fact, Alexis, play Tanya TKO. Let's see what's going on in some of your houses right now. I don't know why you all have those listening devices in there. Alexis, play Tanya TKO. Anyway, so she's telling Alexis to come bring the book. But look who she dedicated the book to. She's asking her daughter, who was there with her, to bring a book to show the dedication to her son and who else? Her grandsons. I'm sure your daughters came before your grandsons, but no dedication to them. Oh, no. Oh, sorry. It's not Alexis. Sorry. Let me try that again. Alexa, play Tanya TKO. Alexa, play Tanya TKO. Duffel says mine is unplugged. Don't worry, I'm going to get you next time. I'm going to get you next time for all of you there. All right, here we go. Alexa, play Sometimes I Feel Like Somebody's Watching Me. Now try to turn it off. All right. So anyway, so she tells Alexis to come and bring her the book that is dedicated to the males. To the males. This woman here.
When you look in the book, it tells you exactly who all that I dedicated to, and it's my son and my grandsons and everything. And huh? Yes, it is.
I don't see it. It says
Oh, look.
all the men in my life.
Look, yeah, right. It's
The
all
book
the
is
men in my
called
life.
My Guide to Love and Romance for those
Yes.
that just checked in.
Here we go. This is it right here.
So now she promoting her book. Oh, and the thing is, she telling people, why don't you read our book? Meanwhile, she's talking about orientated and get it jubilating down there. And it's just too much. It's too much.
So they need to go read it and find out. It's good, especially for the mothers that have boys.
Yeah.
You know, where's it? Right. See? Right here. It says, this is the dedication.
Let's see. Mama's dedication page. It's too blurry to read. But she wanted us to know that she dedicated it to the boys in the family. F the girls. I mean, what is the devil is going on? Somebody said, who the hell is that on her cover? You know, Photoshop is our friend. You know that.
It says, dedicated to my son Jim, my grandson Ron, the rest of the men in my life. So
I okay. Have we heard enough of this already? Have we heard enough of this already? Have we heard enough? Let's get into our conversation. What is the self-love lesson here? I can't listen to any more of this. There's still about 34 minutes more. I'm sorry. There's still about 14 minutes more. You know what? Let's skip through it just so we can know that we didn't miss anything. Let's skip through it. Let's skip through it so that we can at least hear it out. Here, let's see what else she talks about.
It's not about a joke.
Okay, let's go.
When he come in, yeah. So y'all want to play with me? Play with me. Don't be taking things the wrong way with me with Mama Jones, because I'm not like that. And the woman gonna say, oh, yeah, they're gonna be like, God damn, or he gonna be like, God damn it, wait a minute, that's right. That's what she be doing or he be doing when he come in, yeah. So y'all want to play with me? Play with me.
So now she's
Don't
talking
be taking
about
things wrong. My book for the love and
we're skipping forward.
And you know, they had their altercation, like just being a mom and having a son in that industry. And you see what's going on with these rappers and artists now. I know you wake up every day like, whew.
Yes.
Let's continue. I'm skipping again.
Wait. Oh God damn, man! I'm really tight about that. I can't believe that people would take it the wrong way. I was gonna take it like we say, like, damn, that's cool, his mom and stuff, all
So
the
people
comments.
were supposed to be like, oh, wow, that's cool that you tongue kissed your 13-year-old child as a 31-year-old woman. Yeah, you really looked out for him. This is what I'm saying. This is the mindset. We heard what he said. For those of you who came in late, I'll play it again for you. Why not? Because he talked about how kissing a girl felt yucky, but kissing his mother, that's his mom's. That's his mom's.
Love
Oh
your
my
mom.
God. I'm just letting you know in
I
advance
love
I hope
her.
you're ready for it. Like
that it's happening.
that is a.
Just stop kissing my son on the
She
mouth.
showed me how to tongue kiss when I was younger. Remember,
see,
my
he's
mom
feeling shy
was
about it.
17. She's a baby. Look at all the babies that's having
I was
babies now,
for sure when I had my
and look how they act with their babies. It's like
Be
they
like
have a little
besties.
sister or a little brother
you
more
grow
than
up
they
with
had.
them.
than
Did you
their
think
child.
tongue kissing was nasty at first? Because the first time somebody tried to tongue kiss me, I thought it was so disgusting.
Listen.
The first time I tongue kissed a girl, yeah.
I was like, oh, you spit
My
it
mom's, it didn't faze me. The first time I tongue kissed a girl, I was blown. I was so pissed off. I didn't know what the.
So is there any confusion? Is there any confusion here about whether or not his mother kissed him on his mouth? Does anybody, if you're confused, put up the number 2. If you know good and well she put her mouth on his and her tongue in his mouth, put up the number 1. I want to see if there's still anybody who's confused after hearing his statement, because it's not like he was like, oh, no, I didn't kiss my mother like that. So the first time I kissed a girl, if there's anybody who's confused, put up the number 2. If you think his mother did not put her tongue in his mouth, put up the number 2. If you know for damn sure she did because you heard his words, put up the number 1. So let's see. There's apples that are coming in. I'm going to grab those in a second. I want to see the numbers. All right. Okay. So Naya is still confused. The rest of the people can know and see because they heard his words. Inappropriate behavior, yes. Yes, exactly. There's only one person that is confused. Well, a second person that's confused. Okay, but the rest of the people heard his words. Let me just explain it to anybody who's having a hard time understanding. Yee, or whatever her name was, she said, the first time that a girl kissed you, was it nasty to you? The first time a boy kissed me, I thought it was so nasty. And he said, yeah, the first time that a girl kissed me, I thought it was nasty. Now, my mom's, that wasn't, which means that it was a tongue kiss with his mother. Absolutely. So we're going to grab those in a moment. He said he was joking. You could tell from his face that he wasn't joking. Now with all the backlash, people want to go put it back into something strange about the Johnsons type closet. But for those of you who don't know, let me just take a quick little segue. For those of you who don't know, there is this thing called the Oedipus complex, right? The Oedipus complex describes an inappropriate relationship that exists between a mother and son, right? Or it could be the Oedipal complex. Let me put AL at the back here because there's a story. Let's see, Oedipal complex is a psychiatric theory, a desire for sexual involvement with the parent of the opposite sex and blah, 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 blah. When I don't know how many of you all were in school where you had to read Greek mythology. There was this guy by the name of Oedipus who his mother gave birth to him, and there was a premonition that said that she was going to marry her son or something like that. And so something along those lines, right? So she was like, oh no, this cannot come to pass. So she went and she gave her son away, and all of this time had passed and blah, blah, blah. Then she ended up meeting a stranger and getting married to him or something along those lines. You all should know the story. If you don't, go look it up. But that's the basic gist of it. The basic gist is that at the end of all of the premonition and sending him away and doing all the things that she needed to, or she tried to kill him, or she sent him off to get killed or whatever, but she got rid of him, right? And then when all was said and done, she ended up in a relationship with him. This is Greek mythology. And I think then he killed himself or she killed herself or something like that. Something happened. But that's where the term Oedipus complex come from, the story of Oedipus, right? And so Freud had a theory about the Oedipal complex, the Oedipus complex, where where boys secretly desire their mothers. This is too much. This is too much. Let's continue going forward. Jim Jones. Where did the name Jim Jones come from, right? The name Jim Jones, this is what I'm saying. Here, I'll show you all. Jim Jones was this guy right here. He had this place called Jonestown. And in Jonestown, he was apparently abusing his congregation of people and teaching them all this craziness, right? And then he was like, oh, we're going up to the promised land, and everybody was supposed to drink this Kool-Aid and then go up to the promised land, right? He wouldn't let people go. People had to try to escape. There were some people who did escape, but the people who drank that Kool-Aid, they all ended up unalive. They all ended up crossing over into the great beyond from believing his BS. And his mother, the rapper, felt appropriate to name her son Jim Jones. Not only that, I saw a little bit further into the video where the girl on top was like, oh, what will you call your followers? What will you call them? And the daughter, Alexis, comes from behind and she's like, yeah, we could call them Jonestown or stuff. And I'm like, does no one there have any damn sense? So that's the little segue on that. Let's skip through this video some more, because this video is just, it's a lot. It's a lot.
I gotta say, wow, people are really ignorant.
Ignorant.
But it's all good. All I know is I got my God and I got my family. So anything else that they got to say, I don't give a damn.
All right, man.
I don't give a shit about it. Because you know what? They're not here. They ain't paying my bills. They ain't helping me out. They ain't doing nothing.
So if
They're
somebody
trying to give me what do you call it, a headache. But I thank you for at least calling me, because this make me feel good.
Oh, you're welcome, man.
MamaJones, and it's not about clearing myself up, but it's about letting people understand and know, no, don't go that far. Don't make it seem like I'm tonguing down my son. No.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Nah, none of that, man. But
it wasn't a tongue down. It was just a demonstration with tongue.
Again, it wasn't even about just clarity, but to also, we did talk about it, but also just to, promote the book, good reviews. Like I said, my Mama Chambers.
Let's continue going forward.
I said, God damn, I'm proud of my niggas. I'm proud of my people made me so proud. I didn't know exactly what to do with myself, but that's a beautiful thing.
This is Cardi B in 40 years.
They made me realize, damn, you really do got it in you. Because I was trying to all the town, like they all drinking Kool-Aid. So my Jonestown, that's my people.
Hold on, let's rewind that.
Jonestown.
Oh, so this is where she asked her. She asked
something.
Her.
What do you got?
Here she go.
It has the Beehive, and Rihanna has the Rihanna Navy, and then Dream Doll called them her fans Dreamers. What do we call it? We got to be called the I don't know, the Jonesies or the Jonesettes. We got to be something. What you got to give us a name, your supporters and fans.
Let me see. My Jones family or my
the Jones set or something.
The Jones Trina. You heard the song from my son, right?
Yeah.
With the Migos.
Oh, I love that joint.
They took the whole.
The Jonestowns, they all drank the Kool-Aid.
The Jones who?
You have been drinking some Kool-Aid going down with this madness.
Oh, Jonestown. She said we're going to call everybody Jonestown. Like they all drinking Kool-Aid. So my Jonestown, that's my people. And I usually call them my people.
Your people. Okay, your peoples. And any DJs on here.
I said, I don't have no fans. I got peoples.
You got peoples.
I never, when they come
Let's
to me,
skip forward some more.
You're like one of my biggest fans, and I don't see you no more. I said, I'm not your fan. I'm your people. I'm your people.
I'm not
okay. The candle for the men too.
Let's
Oh, here she got a candle called
Because that's her
Punkash.
cut.
Because they don't understand. And a lot of the people them out there, oh my God, they're gonna be so happy. Punkash is coming back. And Papa Touche, yes. The Punkash for the women smell like what? And the candle
So
goes
she got
Papa
a
Touche.
candle for women called Punkash. And she got a candle for men. You know, the thing is, there's going to be somebody out there who want to know what her Punkash smells like. I mean, but Badu did it first, but that's fine. I'm going to close my mouth because this is not about insult. I don't,
It's
just
just
go.
as great and smell
Let's
anybody
go.
else can actually get any out there. What we do? We gonna do okay, that's what she said. She said tell them to stay tuned and just look at my Instagram and we see exactly
All right,
how we're gonna do this. But it's
I
gonna
just
be
want to
20
skip
bottles
forward
that they
some
send
more.
it to me. That's you. I really just say God take care of their brain.
Up on YouTube and also.
All right, so here, I just skipped through it. Thank you. I just skipped through it because it was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot, and I just want us to take the time to just next queen. I can't. Don't do this. Okay. Let's continue. Let's continue going forward. All right. So I want you all to tell me the self-love lessons here. I'm going to start off and then I want you all to post inside of the comments because we're going to get out of here and we're going to dance and we're going to jump out of the video, right? All right. There is appropriate touch and there is inappropriate touch, and we have got to be able to differentiate the difference between the two. We have also got to stop staying silent because just because somebody thinks that something is normal doesn't mean that it is normal. We don't know what it is that how they grew up and what type of environment they grew up in which they have been conditioned to certain types of behavior. One of the self-love lessons here for me is for us, number one, as Black women, to not make excuses for other women for the purpose of quote unquote staying on code, and not to go out of your way trying to criticize women and excuse men, but to have a fair and balanced approach to seeing what it is that fosters positive and flowering self-love and what it is that actually is a deterioration to that. And if she's talking about some relationship that he has with a person by the name of Chrissy, in which they have not gotten married yet. And I know years ago I heard, because remember when this dude was going to jail for 8 years and then all of a sudden he decided to propose to this woman on stage. I did the video years ago, right? So he has obviously had unsuccessful relationship after relationship with woman after woman. Why? And I've also heard that his mother meddles in his relationships and goes out of her way to sabotage the relationship. Some of you have gone forward to say that you all have noticed that there was a strange type of interaction between his mother and he, right? So I don't know because I don't know them, and I'm sure there's a lot more that I could know, but I'm not going to know everything about every subject. I am a self-love specialist. And one of the things that I want us to do as women is to kind of take a step back and realize that some of the things that we may have been taught and conditioned to believe as normal may not be normal. That's one. Two, I want us to realize that there are men who are raised in households with mothers who had inappropriate relationships with them then and inappropriate relationships with them now. That's two. Three, I want us to self-evaluate and realize that there's some things that we think are normal that can be rearranged because the only way that we get better is by self-reflecting, right? That's three. Four, I want us to not take it personally when there are certain people who just we don't mesh with. There are people who are raised in many different types of ways, and there are many different types of people. Like this woman has her fan base, right? There are people who are of that realm where they find her avant-garde behavior and her off-the-wall antics and her raspy voice, that they find those things appealing because she reminds them of some dysfunctional woman that exists in their life. And I don't expect everybody to be like me or agree with me, but I do have to ask the question, what are the things that foster healthy self-love? Did her son foster healthy self-love, healthy relationship? He's the person that he shared his virginity with. He shared his virginity in somebody else's house with a girl that he didn't even care to see again. It wasn't a little crush that he had, and they developed a relationship. Some older man facilitated for him to go into a home in which there was a great degree, I guess, of male worship, where he could go into the back room with some girl. Neither one of them lived there, but their house was being used as a hotel for underage kids. Instead of them having enough awareness and self-love to be like, you know what, you're a minor, you're a child, this is not what you're supposed to be doing, especially not in my house. Talk to your mother. You know what I mean? Go home. Instead of doing that, they were like, ay, no me importa, mira la puerta allí, hay una cama, y qué más necesita? Instead of being a responsible adult, trying to be too cool with your children, facilitating an unhealthy environment for minors to go and engage in illicit behavior that they have no business engaging in. That you're just gonna be like, ¿qué? Ay, papi, ¿tú qué quieres? Mira, ¿quién es esta niña? Ay, que necesitas una cama. Mira, mira, allá. Adelante, ¿qué quiere? ¿Tú quieres? ¿Qué quiere? Mira, vete, ¿qué quiere? Come on. Come on. And now, here we are. A man who has a difficult time forming healthy commitment, not married this woman that he's been with for 10 plus years, I suppose. That I heard that she proposed to him, and then he was she proposed to him, then he said yes, then he was like, no, I'm not going to marry you, and then going back and forth and all this, that, and the other. It's not like he has fostered healthy relationships. So what all of the lessons that she was talking about, oh, look how my son turned out. So that was self-love lesson number 4. Number 5, self-love lesson number 5 for me here is, you know what? I'm going to open up. Oh, I got to plug in my thing before the battery dies. This is going to die. Let me get 1 second. All right. So, while I want you all to start coming up with the self-love lessons, and we're going to read the apples. Here we go. Hey, thank you all so much for supporting the show with Cash Apps and Bitcoins. I really appreciate that. Let's see. So Sade or Sade says, support. Thank you for all that you do. Knockout, love, love, love. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. And Sade sends another $2 and says, as a mother of a 14-year-old son, I'm disgusted. Thank you. Absolutely. I mean, is there anybody here who thinks that it's appropriate for her to tongue kiss her son? Is there anybody who thinks that's appropriate? Christina sends $2, and then she sends another $2 and says, Jim said he used to roam the streets looking for her. Looking for who? His mother? Oh, gosh. Let's see. In crack houses when she was on drugs. So he was unsupervised. He said his mother and father were like Bonnie and Clyde. So maybe they were in a drug life together, participating in illicit behavior. Uche sends $2 and says he seemed embarrassed saying his mom kissed him. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think on the Bitcoin side, you can leave a longer comment. I want somebody to send me a Bitcoin thing, and I want you to write the longest comment you can write so that I can see how many characters are allowed on the Bitcoin side. Yeah. So let's take a look. What should we listen to? All right, here. Let's get the self-love lessons, y'all. All right, let's see the self-love lessons. I want to see. Chrissy wasted all her good eggs waiting for a neighbor that it went, dang girl, I didn't know you could speak Spanish like that. I'm half Hispanic and I was not raised with my family speaking Spanish to me. You know I'm from New York. Hey, come on. What are the self-love lessons? All right, somebody just sent something. I'll wait for that to come through. Come on. Welcome to the new year. Hey. Welcome to the new year. Let's see, what are the self-love lessons? I wonder if that's in the book on how to tongue kiss your 13-year-old. Listen, he was crying for help, apparently, but where were the people in the family to help this child? It's like, speaking of help, when I saw that Kodak Black video, it just reminded me that these people were like, no, what are you doing? And then they realized, oh, he's the man with the money. And then they backed off. Go watch that. But what is the self-love lesson? Boycott hip hop? Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see. Should we do some? Yeah, I'm in the Caribbean mood. Yeah. Come on. So what is the self-love lesson here? Yes, me, replying to Shona Balcon, yes. I love your energy, Tanya. Welcome to the new year. Yes, welcome to the new year. Let's see. You ain't ready for that. You ain't ready. Hey, be your son's mother, not his girlfriend. Exactly. Come on. East Coast, West Coast wine. Yes, let's see what the self-love lessons are. The life lesson, get therapy and begin the process of healing so the curse of these demonic energies are broken. Thank you. This is triggering me. I'm sorry. Her son didn't think his mother initiated him going through a consultation was abnormal or disgusting. No, he didn't. That mom has an addict voice. Well, they say that she was an addict. All right, let's see. What else we're going to listen to? Let's see. Let's get it. Hey. What's the self-love lesson, y'all? I'm very disturbed by this, no lie. Hey, you don't kiss your son on the mouth. What's the self-love lessons that you all picked up? Break the cycle of sexual abuse. Yes. Hear the red flags life is showing you. Yes. All right, break the cycle. Come on, what's the self-love lesson? Bounce. That's not the self-love lesson. Healthy boundaries. Unlearn these behaviors. Protect your kids from predators. I cannot even dance disgusted. Listen, shake it off. Because when this video is over, we have to figure out how to take these things within ourselves, how to take these lessons within ourselves and navigate out in the world among people who have varied stages of what they consider appropriate or inappropriate. Pay attention to the mother and son relationship. When you date these men, yes. Hide the kids, hide the grandchildren. It's all the responsibility to speak up and protect children from this mess. If we see red flags, say something. Yes. And this video that we are making, hopefully there's somebody who's watching who doesn't know what inappropriate touch is, and maybe they can Google what is appropriate touch, what is inappropriate touch, and be able to go forward from there. I can't even function after this Truly addressing mental health is a must. Accountability. Teach your children to speak up if abused. Yes. Self-love is teaching your children to love themselves and their bodies. And part of that is teaching them the proper names for their body parts. Yes. They need counseling. They do need some sort of intervention. Happens a lot. These are long comments. I can't read all of them. They're going by very quickly. So here, let's go. Come on. Most definitely say something, do something. Love yourself enough not to make your child your romantic partner. Absolutely. Love yourself. Don't do drugs. Can't be in your right mind. Oh. Well, you know what? Was she on drugs at this time? And if she was, what can she do to be like, you know what? While I understand that this was a time in my life, what can she do now to look back and say, you know what? That wasn't appropriate. Heal ourselves from past trauma. Chrissy has accepted this dynamic between her man and his mother. This should be, and it went by too quickly. Beware of narcissistic psychopaths. I have to watch the replay. We teach my grandson their body parts good. Don't waste your life on dysfunctional relationships. Yes. All right. Let's see. What else? All right. Wonderful. Yes, you have to shake it off. You have to shake it off, because what do we have after we have left this broadcast? We have the lessons from the broadcast. Let me see if there's any. All right. I want to see a Bitcoin apple. I want to see how long of a comment a person can leave. Oh, there's an apple that has come in. Let me grab that real quick. All right. Their relationship is toxic, gross. I don't know much about their relationship, but I would love some examples. Thank you for that. Thank you. Let's see. So Nikki says the thumbnail was so disgusting it made me click over here. That whole dynamic is weird. There is something very weird about that whole situation going on. But what are the self-love lessons for us? What are the self-love lessons for how we do our own takeaway? So listen, on that note, I know someone is going to send a Bitcoin apple. If you don't want your apple read on air, you can just send it off air, and then I'll just see it. But I want somebody to write as long a comment as they can in the Bitcoin. Let me see how long of a comment a person can leave. All right, so listen, on that note, listen, go out there and love one another. Most importantly, love yourself. And part of loving yourself is watching content like mine that fills your soul and has lessons and opportunities for you to really dive deep into things that are going to help you become a more functional, more self-loving person. And on that note, my book is available on Amazon, The Book of Affirmation, Self-Love. I don't have one close enough by to show it on air, but it is a book where you rewrite the affirmations and you re-solidify yourself for self-love. So on that note, I will see you all in the next video. Thank you to everyone who has bought the earrings, and continue to buy them while they are available right now for a limited time only, because you all know I only sell once a year. And then after that, we're closed up shop. All right. So I will see you all in the next video. Thank you all so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And stop trying to get everybody to agree with you. Everybody is not going to agree with you. Everybody is not going to agree with you. There are going to be some people who